Hi guys. Let me just share my screen right away. Hang on, and here you go. And yeah, so Joel actually approached me. He asked me whether I can share this topic about video production and content creation in the pandemic. I was like, it's interesting because it is really, I think, for us, we as a filmmaker, it is really something that it was quite an experience being a filmmaker. But before I go that, let's just go a little bit of a introduction of myself. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul, and this is what I do. I just stand next to the camera and then see what the camera is shooting. Yeah, but technically I'm a filmmaker. All right, so I create and produce films, and the approach is always we produce films and we send them to film festivals, and we craft video productions as well for our clients. I actually have a production company which is called Anirex Film, where we all make videos and content creation for our clients. So our clients consist of Prudential, Eastspring, BMW, and so on. So there's a wide variety of things that we have to do, not just film and videos. So yeah, so if you see this photo, actually, it's just me on set, looking very blurred, not sure what to do. It's pretty much every time me on set. It's like, where is this all right? Is that all right? So if you see the photo on the right, is actually we built a house for the film and we burn it down. So the beauty about being a filmmaker is that you can do a lot of things, and the things that usually you wouldn't do, you can do it on set. For example, burning a house down. So I literally take the house down to the next level for my films, and sometimes once in a while. All right. And because of what I like to do, I was very privileged and fortunate that I was being able to travel because of my films. And I actually went to Sundance Film Festival before. That year, Robert Redford was there and George Lucas was there. I was attending his talk. Yeah, it was quite an experience being able to learn so many things. And of course, I came back. It was like, I don't know where to start, right? I always start with this question like, they know so many things. Wow, how we have so many things to learn, but how? Again, that is the same question I ask myself, in fact, until today, that we constantly seek at how. That's why that how today, I'm going to share with you how you can be able to use how I'm going to share with you what I've learned and how you can apply it to your business, where it will be able to help you to, if can, stand out among your competitors, or at least build a brand so that you have a lesser of a headache for people to reach out to you or in the networking world. All right. Okay. So I think that's my background. Oh, and this is what I usually do too. On the side, during the pandemic, I realized that it's very important to start to do something. This is just some of the videos that I've done, and check it out. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's me. I do videos and content creation online, and the thing about being a filmmaker, you just use whatever resources you have. You know, sometimes your family members and even your pets. Look at her. This is my pet Chewy. She looks so, yeah. Why am I here? You know, like, she was in the shot uninvited last minute, then she turned off for the shoot. But yeah, anyway, one point is we always have fun in whatever we do. So yeah, this is what we do, and during the pandemic, it's actually quite interesting because the pandemic actually happened quite suddenly, and I'm sure that a lot of people, we have to adapt. So not being able to shoot, not being able to go on set, we have to actually, we have to improvise and to really find ways how to create content. And now people are just being able to scale down in terms of production and the way how they do it. And there are a few things that we went through. So this was actually quite interesting. If you look at this screenshot, this is actually a real-time screenshot that we have done for our clients. What happened was that we had to do we had to produce a video in the midst of a pandemic, right? So you can see all these fixed 6 frames, right? On the left is top. Daniel is actually my production assistant, and then me there just having a few screens just to tell the clients how to locate the cameras and things like that, and then we had to check the shot and things like that, and we had to direct them on set. So it was really quite an experience, and finally, this is for the first time, clients will always tell us, "Wow, I didn't know doing film so many work one." Like, okay lah, of course we didn't say that, but yeah, I mean, finally they understood that it takes a lot of things that to pay attention to. So that was what actually we did during the pandemic, and it was really interesting. It was eye-opening because we have to adapt to the situation, and we may have to make full use of resources. Filmmaking, if there's anything that filmmaking has taught us, right, is always making full use of resources. Even no matter what budget you have in your production, you always are limited to the budget still. Even big or small, you're always limited. So always be accustomed to limitations, but work around it. So that was what we always learn as filmmaker. And I think it applies to generally in our life. Look at the resources that we have. Now, when it comes to what has the pandemic has changed, it was actually very interesting. This is something that I had to learn the hard way too. Now, you have to understand where as filmmakers, where we came from, right? Is that we always have a set of way or a rite of passage to be a film director or commercial director. You come into a production house, you'll be like a little tea boy, and then slowly you work your way up, and then you'll be a PA, and then before that you clean the toilets and things like that. Then hopefully one day you'll be a director. So basically that's a very rough idea you're going to be. And always how movies or commercials being given is that being distributed. There's always, like, when you watch movies, there's always cinemas, there's always distribution and things like that. But not because of the pandemic and because of social media, a lot of things have changed dramatically. All right, dramatically. For me also, I observed something that has been very interesting. First of all, it's actually consumer behaviors have changed. Sorry for the typo. Consumer behaviors have changed. So people now, they are consuming and buying things online more, right? I mean, I'm sure every one of us at least bought something online once in our life for now. But now it has become a habit because we can't go out, and we are constantly buying and watching things online. Now, what does that means actually? All our audience are heading towards online. Look, gone are the days, right? Gone are the days where in our business dealings or whatnot, right? We have to give name cards, right? Now it's like, hey, nice meeting with you. I like what you're doing. Can I have your name card? Usually in our business dealings, we ended there. But now it's different because we're looking for, hey, what's a LinkedIn? What's a Facebook? What's a website that we can link to? So we have to pay attention to what is happening, which is now everything is going online. And for me as a filmmaker, I was very fixated. I must follow this path. I must go more film festival, and then there's my role is pretty much secure. Boy, I realized that there's not only one way to go where you want to go, but there's a lot of ways. All right. And from this, when consumer behaviors are changed, there's one very interesting thing. We rely on our lives online a lot more. I'm not sure about you, but for me, I always go online to find opinions about some things that I needed, like reviews or whatnot, right? Like, I recently bought a bike. So the funny thing is that I consulted a few friends, but not just that, I started to consult a lot more online videos and YouTubes and things like that. So that is something that I realized that, hey, not just on people in general, but for me as well, I have that. So now, thinking about that, and you realize that this unavoidably, you breed an online community, right? So this is how our circle have changed. All these things we used to do in a very analog and a very manual way in our lives, right? But not because of how the digital has changed, we are going online. This is a very interesting thing. I'm going to tell two stories. One is that lately, if some of you guys here, I know you guys are following news on cryptocurrency and things like that. There are some cryptocurrencies, although we call it's like a meme or a joke kind of coin, it suddenly spiked up recently. right? Honestly, we know that the values, we don't know whether how sustainable the coins are or whatever the value of those tokens are. But what made them go up was because they have the power of community. Okay, so this community is very, very important. Where when you build a fan base around your page or your branding, right, your audience will come and know you and to know you better, and they will be your dedicated fans. Okay, and recently with all NFTs and all these things, you know, anyone can create it. But the thing is, how to be successful in it, is because it is none other than you really need the community, because they will want your work and what you have done, right? So this is a trend where it is heading. All right, I have to be very real with it, because I'm going to share you a very interesting story of my so-called mistake that I wasn't paying attention to trends. Okay, so a few years ago, I was helping a guy buying a toothpaste, and then so guy passed it to me. He wanted to pay me, and then he's like, you know what? For a change, let me pay you in Bitcoin. All right, I'm like, okay. So his account, I opened up my coin, so like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, fine. Then he paid me 16 ringgit. Then it was four years ago, and today that 16 ringgit became $500. Yeah, I was like, whoa. Now, what's the moral of the story? Go and buy Bitcoin? No, that's that's not the moral of the story. Actually, I don't even have Bitcoin now. Actually, yeah. So the point is, I realized there were trends happening, and I wasn't paying attention. And sometimes, I'm not sure about you, but being in a position, sometimes you realize that opportunities are important, and you will want to be ahead, or in a way being advantageous in your business or in your branding. You want to know what's happening around, and you want to take advantage of it, right? And I noticed that this is what is happening right now, and it is very important. So how can video come in to sustain all this, right? It is actually very, very crucial, because videos tells your story, right? And you are in a position to share and to tell your story via perhaps in your on how you run a business every day, or uh, you can solve a problem, things like that. Now, I'm not going to tell you how video can tell a million pictures and things like that. I think we all pretty much know that, because we all are consumers of videos and stories and films. So we always watch to unwind. And I'm sure when we're stressed out or whatnot, for me, I realize what happens is nowadays is that the very natural thing for me to do is like, oh, I'm stressed. Okay, cool. Take out my phone, turn on Facebook, and see what's going to happen. So we are actually a consumer of it naturally already. All right. But now, my take for you is that how can we, instead of becoming just a consumer, but be the provider for it? All right. Now, how we can take advantage of that wave to be ahead of our competition, or even build your branding in your circle. Now, there is always a game plan that we need in life. So this is a brief summarized version. I was that person that was once afraid of technology. Yeah, you can tell me like, wow, Paul, serious? Yeah. You know, the ironic thing about filmmakers, right? We are so used to sophisticated software and apps, right? For me, I find that Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint is actually a hassle, and it's a very daunting app. You know, it's like, well, how you guys even do this kind of app? You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's funny. That's a funny thing. But hey, yeah, I always tell myself, and I always encourage people, don't be afraid of new technology or new ways of doing it. Always open ourselves to new learnings and to be able to learn. So social media is actually one new thing that we are it's not really new. It's already there. It's happening, but it's evolving so fast that we might not be able to we might not be able to catch up one day. All right. So when you have your own business, or if your own branding that you would like to position yourself better, this is the attitude that we constantly need to have. Is constantly seeking to learn. All right. Yes, it can be very overwhelming. I agree. I'll tell you very honestly, even now also I need to still learn some very basic app task management app like Notion, Some of you guys here, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Notion is actually very scary to me, but I know that I need to learn. At least I know how to fill in tasks and then just click it. I'm done. Okay, done already. Yeah, so that something along that line. Yeah. So how can we succeed in this space is always give value and solve a specific problem, right? A lot of people using YouTube or TikTok or social media platform to address specific problems that they can help that they help to solve. All right, using your skills and what you know, because all of us have different skills, right? And the funny thing is that if you think that you don't know how to find or you don't think that you have a skill for that, all you need to do is just go YouTube. You just type how to in the bracket, and you know that people are looking for those things. And if you have the set skill, you can actually always offer a video solution or tutorial to do that. And the thing about today is that people are using platforms like YouTube or TikTok not just as an entertainment tool, but a problem solution platform. I'm not sure about you guys, but I notice myself whenever there's an issue, is like, oh, how do I install how do I install a modem? So I have to Google, and usually chances are a YouTube channel that is the one that pops up. All right. How do I do this? How do I do that? All right. Yeah. How do I make myself looking more attractive? But no worry, I never Google for that. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Is basically there's always someone is find something by providing that solution. You are building what you're doing is actually you are creating a relationship with your audience, which is trust, right? In the future, whatever you say, they are much more easier for them to trust you, and that's how marketeers sell. They don't do hard sell anymore. They use hard sell because they know that fans per se, the community that they have, will constantly follow them, and whatever they promote, they will actually buy or be the consumer. That's why you can see a lot of YouTubers, right? They are not just selling what they are doing on their channel, but usually they also starting branding stuff like that because there is a community behind what they're doing. So not just as an entertainment tool, the social media, right, is now a problem-solving platform. Okay, so take that in mind and understand that how your business can work is perhaps you can come up content. Once in a while, they just post simple stuff like, people having certain issues or what. You'll be the voice, you'll be the solution for them. And then when they realize that they can trust you with it, in fact, to them, you are the professionals. You are the person that they will entrust you with. So that's why I find that it is now time for me and my team. We are slowly moving our educational things online as well. Again, me have to learn how to shift from the part where, come on, all these things. Serious. If I post on YouTube, people won't take me seriously, But seriously, if you look at the numbers, the viewership of YouTube is growing and TikTok is growing every day. Though that is where the market is. Yeah. So that's what I have to unlearn and relearn. Yeah. So there's always a lot of things in our ways where we are set, but we always need to tell ourselves we have to relook and relearn. Okay. So, and the last one is always when you tell a story, we always have to connect with an honest story. So people nowadays, right, they can sense you are selling things to them rather from a mile away if you're not honest with them. So, hey, what's up, bro? Long time no see. What the hell, yamcha? You already sense something is wrong there already, right? But the moment you tell them a story where, hey, guys, I've been through all these things, but thankfully there's a solution that helped me through this. If you guys want to know more about this in the future, perhaps I can share with you, maybe along the way. That's just an example. But we share a story of all of what your learnings are, your experience are, and how you be where you are today. And you see, the trouble is we always think that we need to be a certain level of professions or novice level where we are good there already, like pro already, and then only we can teach. But we always forget that where we are here, we are always ahead of some people who needs that knowledge that we are here today. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Means where we are here today, there will be people who are you 5 years ago in skill, they want to learn more, right? So you will be in a position where as you grow in your career and your profession, all your skills that you're gonna teach, you give, they will follow up, and they will learn that as well with you. And together, everyone grows. So that is actually, I feel like it's very interesting, because that was also something for me to relearn, because I was thinking, oh, I need to, like, I need to manage like a freaking industrial light, the magic team, we need to make Mandalorian, only I can do tutorial. Actually, I realized that that's not entirely the case now. All right, because where you are today is where someone wants to learn something about it. All right, maybe simple stuff like video editing, or maybe just how to sew, how to cook, how to bake, how to make Nyonya food. Yeah, incidentally, I'm a Nyonya, that's why I love Nyonya food. I don't know how to cook Nyonya food that many, you see. So if someone of you can do that, I'll follow your channel, please. I'll subscribe. Yeah, food is my number one problem. Yeah, as in, what's the green stone that Superman always afraid of? Kryptonite. I want to say meteorite. Yeah, kryptonite. Yeah, so food is my kryptonite. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's in a nutshell. Of course, I cannot compile anything under 20 minutes, but this is basically the general idea of how we can use videos and social media to really positioning our brand better. Oh, sorry. Oh, all right. So most importantly, guys, just hit the record button and just post in terms of whatever your work and your profession is. As long as solve a problem, educate someone, give value, and I'm sure you will at least grow something out of it, guys. All right, that's about it.